Hey everybody, it's MarVeena. I wanted to welcome you to my mini angel Q&A. Today in my video, I'm going over some ideas on how you can get yourself out of dark web entanglements or trapping systems. But first of all, what I would like for you to do is to create a intention for the angel video today, and just kind of dial in and ask your angels to help you be receptive to whatever information and ideas could be the most valuable for you. I think it's always a great idea to light a candle if you have one anytime that you're doing ceremony with the angels, because this sends out a really strong signal to the universe that we align ourselves with the light, and it raises the vibrations in your personal room, and that helps you to raise your vibrations too. So hello everybody, welcome to the video today. um, be sure, and I think this is a really powerful way to kind of position yourself to receive good information, is to just create an intention to empty your cup and be open to receiving ideas, information. It might be just one word, it might be a symbol or a color, but your own angels know what you need in order to activate more of your light codes. And so if you are kind of going into it an empty vessel, an empty cup, then it helps them to be in a position to pour more ideas and information, maybe even light activating codes or healing into your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies. So I love that affirmation to empty your cup. I think it's really powerful. One of the things that my angels have really been working with me this week for this video is the idea of encouraging our community, near and far, to begin to think about bringing your A game out into the community. And that is, it's more than your personal best. It is understanding yourself as a light worker and doing everything you can to bring your A game. And our A game can mean a lot of things. It can mean taking positive action to actualize yourself, to activate, and to pursue ascension. Because whenever we are fully activated and our light body is activated and we're going through that ascension process, we have access to being able to bring more magic out into the world, to bring our healing gifts, our psychic gifts, our higher gifts. And we're just in a much more powerful position to touch the world with beauty. And I think now more than ever, our communities, they need us to be in a position to hold a vision for each other, for ourselves, for kind of coming together instead of going through all of this turbulent, chaotic, negative energy. And that is one of the reasons that they wanted me to work with the idea today of releasing ourselves from the trapping systems and the dark web entanglements, because that is where we lose our power. And there's a lot of different ways that we have kind of got involved in, or become entangled in dark web entanglements. But remember, for every light worker, there is a dark worker. And a dark worker does exactly the opposite of a light worker. Dark workers are people that work to create chaos. They take action to create fear, to push people to agitation and to doing destructive things, and to being in that mindset of hate and that mindset of it's all about me, and you have been so taken advantage of, anything to kind of take away from your beauty and from your true spiritual selves. And we definitely knew that when we came into this dimension, that we would be immersed into the polarity of the dark and the light, the good and the bad, all of this rich dimensional experience. And we wanted to come here because we wanted to challenge ourselves and see if we can kind of find our way through the maze and remember who we truly are and our connection to the divine, and be able to dive down deep into our own psyche and be able to activate our own gifts and our own light codes and step up into our power. And even the dark workers, they willingly chose to come in as a dark worker because they wanted to immerse themselves in that dark energy. And I can imagine myself from this perspective liking that or wanting to do that, but we learn from all positions. So we learn a lot about our connection to creation, to the Holy Spirit, to ourselves, to each other, a lot about love, but we learn it from different viewpoints. And so sometimes we do willingly choose to immerse ourselves in as a dark worker. And I don't think any of you on this page are immersed and willing to be a dark worker. I don't think you would be attracted to anything to do with the angels if that were the case. But sometimes, because a star seed, if they are dormant, even if they're activated, they have so much vibrant energy that they are targeted by icky spirits, by what you might think of as entities or dark angels or dark workers, cabal type energy, Illuminati type energy, because they want to basically they want to steal our light, and they want to kind of run some of their dark programs and their chaos programs and their fear programs on our rich batteries. Because we, even if you have no clue about your potential as a star seed, trust me when I tell you that you have a lot of dormant energy. But now is the time to break out of any dark web entanglements and work towards freeing yourself and moving up into your own light and activating your fifth dimensional Merkaba body, your fifth dimensional chakra system, and your fifth dimensional activated DNA. All of these things, if we can do those, and it's easier said than done, but it is doable. And when we came in, we were very confident that we were going to be able to see through the frivolous things and to take action and kind of figure things out. The things that keep us in a web oftentimes are our fears, like how we whatever our weak spot is, our fear of dying, our fear of being alone, our fear of sickness or disease, or being affected by the Chinese flu, or whatever our weaknesses are. So that kind of puts a chink in our energy field, and that allows icky spirits to be able to maybe ensnare us in their webs or their dark energy. Often, if you feel like you have a dark cloud that just hovers over you, that is a sign that you may be having an entity that's trying to attach to you or has attached to you, or that you've been ensnared in a dark web entanglement. Sometimes uh, we come in with these like predisposition to being ensnared or enslaved through our DNA, through our family lineage, our mother's lineage, maybe some of the karmic pieces of business that went up through her bloodline or through our father's blood lineage. And if that's the case, then we have to do some ceremonial work, some type of clearing work in order to break ourselves away from that. Doing a deep dive into our psyche, asking our angels to help us really dial in and stalk through our belief systems and maybe where they originated. Are they keeping me in a limited state of mind? Are they keeping me locked into a way of living and thinking and doing things and taking action that maybe is not the most powerful way forward? A lot of times we feel like we have to do everything the way our parents did and our grandparents did, that we have to, bake our turkey the way they did it on Christmas and drive the same brand of truck that our granddaddy liked and vote the same way that our grandmother liked. But we have to really take a deep dive and figure out where we might have been imprinted or molded or armored that is no longer serving our highest soul good. There's a lot of different ways that we can take action to break those entanglements. Sometimes people they're different things that work for different people. Some of us are very visual, and we need to do types of visualization ceremonies to cut those cords that are binding us. Other people, they may need to do prayer work with Mother Mary or with Archangel Michael or Jesus, or however you connect to the divine mind. I like to work with the archangels and do the soul clearing work. That has been the most powerful way for me. But I've also had some great success through working with the Sundance ceremony. That's been an amazing healing thing for me to do. And the sweat lodge is another just really powerful way to work with spirit and to really kind of stalk out your demons and why you might have been susceptible to those demons and what your fears are that are keeping you there. That is the main thing, is just fear often keeps us trapped, and we have to figure out what it is that is keeping us in that limited mindset, and then we have to take positive actions to help us break out of our, what I was taught is called our box of limitations. So we all have a unique way that we can touch the world with beauty. And I feel like in order for us to move through all of the chaos and the illness and the disease and just the different craziness that's going on, all of us light workers have to come together and hold a vision for planet Earth, for the children on planet Earth, to kind of move forward into some higher levels of consciousness. That's what it's going to take for people to get out of their anger and their fear motivations and be able to work through their personal pieces so that they can get into a better state of mind. So that means you have to elevate your own consciousness and activate your own dormant psychic skills, your natural gifts that were embedded into your DNA. Meditations are super powerful ways to do that on a regular basis. If you work with spirit, ask your angels to help you activate your natural gifts, then you're going to see results. There's another I really like to work with meditations outside. I do meditations both inside and outside, but one of the most powerful ones is working with the sunrise energy and the sunset energy and meditating. I do yoga and like a yoga meditation and some yoga breathing and visualization, and that is a great way to activate your DNA and your dormant gifts. Another thing that's really important is to unplug from things that kind of suck the life out of you, suck your time away, like your cell phone, your Wi-Fi, TV programs. There's um, there's a lot of negative programming that enhances the dark web, being able to like keep you in a limited um, kind of lockdown position. It's really hard to break out of your limitations whenever you're so inundated with constant streaming of these energies. So break out on a regular basis. That means get outside or get away from these devices. And I know we all have to check our mail and check our messages, and I do too. But there are some psychic tools that I think are really powerful. This is one of my favorite. This is a piece of jewelry. It's a necklace, and it's an organite necklace. So you can wear different types of sacred geometry that can be really helpful. I'm going to show you another one. There's all kinds of sacred symbols that can empower us, and we have to find the ones that work the best for us. So I love the six-pointed star, and you have the circle here. There's just a lot of powerful kind of magic that's woven into these pieces of sacred geometry. And even if we don't know what that is, we are positively affected by it, and the angels are always around when we're working with sacred geometry, and they help us to tap into the mystery of it and to pull from what it can offer us. This one is my favorite, the triquetra. I often wear jewelry with a triquetra. I have earrings on now that are the triquetra, but those are just a couple of my favorite. And then I keep these in my house. I have them in several places, but they're pyramids with that are made out of the organite. So they're very protective, but they also help to raise your vibrations and help you to kind of heal if you have a lot of negative energy from all of the dark web trapping systems that are around us. But just think about balance and doing your due diligence to get outside, to work with nature. Mother Nature she has sacred geometry woven all over, and it is powerful and it's very healing. And a lot of us are looking for ways to heal. We have to heal before we can activate. So I had a question from Carol that wants to know about her health. And Carol, what I was getting about that is super important in order to get ahead of this healing situation is to kind of take a deep dive on where you have been wounded on your sense of self as a woman. So, your femininity, the aspect of you that is a part of the sacred feminine, the divine mother, the divine feminine, it is in order for you to heal this situation, you have to get into a better and a different state of mind on the your aspect of self as a part of the divine feminine mysteries. So that means a higher sense of self-worth and self-love and self-deservement. And I also feel like it's important to heal a maybe something to do with childbirth or not having children, or something to do with that. And then another thing that the angels are saying that will be really helpful is to take some steps to work with your creativeness purely for fun. And they're just saying that a lot of times that you feel like everything has to be really like dialed in and focused for business or for taking care of business, but they're the healing is going to take a different mindset. I feel like it is very doable from what the angels are just showing me to be able to get ahead of this. But just because it's doable doesn't mean it's just easy peasy. And all you have to do is just know that. But there is some action that needs to take place in order to heal these wounded senses of self in the arena of your femininity. And I feel like that will like be the turning point. And then whenever you can raise the vibration in those organs, and but they have to have a voice first, like their story needs to be told, and you need to listen to that pain of those organs that are holding on to their disappointment, their sadness, their frustration, their worry, whatever their negative stuff is. And then you'll be able to get into a different place in that perspective. All right, so I'm gonna have to get on my glasses here. I can't see this very well. So Catherine writes in, do I have an angel with me? Yes, Catherine, you definitely have angels. Everybody has angels. And just in order to connect to them, just create the desire, and that will help you to be in a better place to hear from them. So Deborah writes in, I'd like to be able to hear messages from my guides, angels, and teachers. Any recommendations? Yes, I have a great recommendation. Listen, I have a summer psychic school this weekend, and it's going to be 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. And the a good part of it is going to be dealing with clearing issues that are blocking you from being able to activate your natural and higher gifts. So definitely take advantage of that. The clearing part alone is worth the whole price of the school. But there's also going to be some really good meditations that deal with clearing the organs in the brain center and activating them and getting them into a place where they work together. It's that is, it's kind of a trick, but we do it through very specific and dialed in meditations, and then working with the kundalini energy and getting that being able to flow in a smooth stream, so that we can step up. We can use that vibrant energy to activate our chakras and and thereby help us to activate our gifts, our higher gifts. So, yes, that is a good message. So, Trina writes in, MarVeena, I keep dreaming of my mother and she's always mad at me. And I'm just wondering why. So, well, what I was getting about that is I just feel like your mom is maybe disappointed with her journey, with how maybe she handled herself or didn't do what she really felt like she needed to do in this lifetime. And I also feel like it's important to do some prayer work on her behalf for her soul journey and for yourself too, to let go of any lineage like miasms or curses or karmic pieces that might have kind of came down through the um, the family lineage. So, Tana King writes in, do I have an angel with me to guide me from the negativity? Yes, Tana, we all have angels. They come in with us from the time we're born and they stay with us until we pass away, and they may even go with us through several different lifetimes. One of the things that you really want to just know about the angels and all of our spirit guides and animal totems and power totems is that they um, they need to have an interaction with us in order to work with us. So permissions. So ask your angels to step forward and to work with you and to help you make whatever necessary adjustments are that you need to do in order to do what your soul most wanted to do whenever you came in here. And I feel like it is things go a lot better whenever we can just let our ego personality kind of um, step aside a little and just hold a vision that our higher self can kind of do what our soul dream is, like make that happen. And often that's very different than what our ego may feel is important or is the best way to go. So definitely you do have one, but ask. I think that is a really good thing. All right. Hello, Amy. Any words for you? Hi, Amy. I definitely feel like you've got some spirits that are around you. It feels like a name with the L is wanting to come through. That I don't know if that's one of the angels or who it might be, but I definitely feel like you've got some spirits that are around you. Find a quiet place to sit with your angels, light a candle, burn some incense. You may have like a little statue of the angels. Ask your ancestors, your loved ones on the other side, to just sit with you and to bring to you ideas and messages that can be helpful. And too often we think we need to hear like a whole big dialogue in order to move through, but really it could be one word or one idea, one symbol, a feather, a color that can be a turning point. And that's all that we need. Keith writes in, I've not been able to dream of my wife as much as I did at first. Either that or I just can't remember my dreams. I feel like I haven't dreamed much at all, good or bad. I do sometimes feel a presence or have a feeling. So, well, Keith, I definitely feel like your wife is around you. And a lot of times when you go into the dream world at night, you definitely have a connection with her and with your other family and loved ones and your guides, your angels and teachers on the other side. Sometimes we remember bits and pieces, but that is it's important that we have that division so that we can, when we get back into this dimension, that we can engage with our challenges from that place of faith, and just trust in a higher power. But one of the reasons that you're not as able to feel her is the grief energy. Sometimes it just, it locks you down from being able to have an interaction with Lori or with your angels or with spirit. So just create the intention to heal, and to ask your angels to help you process the grief. And we all, in order for all of us or any of us to step up into our power and to actualize ourselves as the star seeds that we're born to be, even if you never heard the word before, we have to integrate all of our emotions, our love, our disappointment, our sadness, our anger, whatever it is. We have to feel it and integrate it, and get perspective on it, but trust that she is there with you, giving you a big hug. And I see a little dog there too, and I see a little angel. I'm not sure what that is about. And then maybe a baby in the picture. So maybe someone in the family might be having a new baby, but she is really tickled that you took the time today to be a part of this. And she wants you to know that she loves you too. She sees a big boat, and I think that that's her way of like spending time with you. And it might be a way for you to feel her more as well. And it's, you know, you're out with the water, with the nature elements. It's very healing. Water is a very healing, therapeutic element for all of us, but I think especially you. But and then Carl or Charles, I don't know who that name might be, if that's connected on her family or on yours, but I do feel like that is around too. Thank you. Um, Sherry wants to know, do I see anyone around her? So, hi, Sherry. Thanks for hopping in today. I definitely feel like a name with an A is around. So, I want to say like Al or Alan or Alice, something with an A. But you definitely have some spirits around you. We all do, even if we feel lonely, we have spirits around us. But participating in this illusion of separation is, it's really important for us to have this perspective. It helps us to kind of round out and add to our soul and mature. And it's like the more lifetimes that we live, the more richness of and deeper that we can love. And just like with Keith, it's like we understand it so much more powerfully. And that's why whatever we can do to do our healing is going to help us to open and activate our heart center to higher and higher degrees of love, and being able to receive love from creation. That's a huge thing. And I think that, Keith, that will be very important too for you, for your healing paradigm, is to allow the Holy Spirit to stream love to you, your angels, Lori from the other side, your family here on this side is important for all of us. So Sarah writes in, are my mom and brother around you? Sarah, I feel like you've got some spirits around. I don't know. I see something with sports. So somebody that was into sports is definitely connecting in, but you definitely have spirits around. And I don't know, is somebody from like the East Coast, or where are the Vikings from? Like the football team. I think they're Minnesota or Michigan. I'm not sure, but something up in that area. Jenny, I'm starting a new business that is a passion. Will it be a financial success? Have really been struggling. Definitely work on doing some of your clearing work. In the soul clearing work, I do abundance diversion valve clearing. Unfortunately, a lot of times we whenever we still have like DNA that comes in from our family, from our mother and from our father's side, from their lineages. So if they had karmic issues on success, on luck, on finances, if they had vows of poverty, that can negatively affect you. So I would definitely think about doing some clearing work. And like I said, in the class that I'm doing this weekend, the soul clearing work that I'm going to do in that class is worth the admission of the whole weekend class. But think about intending a a clearing of your abundance vows. That is, ask your angels to help you work with those issues and to reverse anything that is negatively impacting you or diverting your life force energy away from you. And that is a perfect sign of dark web entanglement or entrapments or trapping systems, is where they divert your success into their projects, their goals, their whatever, the dark icky stuff, whatever they're focused on. And we don't want to be working our butt off and seeing it going to the dark side's agenda. So definitely do some ceremonial work to work on that sense of self, and that's going to be really important. You're welcome. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Hello, Claudia. Yes, I definitely feel like you've got some beautiful, beautiful, floppy eared, cute little papillons around that are just sitting up and um, bright and shiny and excited to visit with you today. The angels are just wanting you to know that you have really brought together so much in your community, and you may not realize it from your ego perspective, but that you've been a huge blessing to your community. Just a huge heart and love, and also been very inspirational to the young people in encouraging them and inspiring them to dream big dreams and to work with spirit. I feel like your husband is there and just wanting you to know that he's very proud of you, and just to trust the hand of God within this situation, and that they're with you. Okay. And I feel like your daughter is there as well. She's showing me a book. I don't know what the book is about, but she's showing me a book, and I don't know what that's about, but I saw it there. But just know that you're very loved, and you've got family around. Your mother's there. I feel like your daddy's there. And I think somebody is taking him for like a ride in the Corvette. And because he's got his ears pinned back like she drove really fast. So anyhow, all right. You're welcome, Sherry. Okay. Hello, Debbie. I still feel my son after a year and a half. Do I need to help him or is he helping me? Well, Debbie, I feel like that your son is just trying to help you, and your husband in the spirit world, they're just trying to be a blessing to you, and just to let you know that they have a viable life on the other side of the veil. They're just they don't have a physical body that they're operating through, but in that dimension you don't need a physical body. But they want you to know that they're both around you, and I don't feel like you need to do any work for him. But I do feel like some of the family is trying to he may be trying to connect to other members of the family through you, but they're okay themselves. Rachel, my light flickers in my room a lot of times when I'm meditating, and then sometimes it does at other times. Am I missing a message? Hey, Rachel, listen. Um, I feel like you're really getting some good progress on activating your fifth dimensional Merkaba. And sometimes, whenever you're seeing those lights, it's kind of like you're turning the engine on. And if you've ever turned on a car and it's a cold morning and the engine kind of wobbles a little bit, and you can feel it sparking a little but not all the way, and it's kind of like your Merkaba. It's like there's you're getting some energy into the different areas, and it's feeling that flood and that downpouring of light and that activation. So I think you're getting some work done and things are really happening. Just keep on with your meditations, and that's going to help you kind of get that engine fired all the way up. With my choice of new paths, are my angels happy with them, even though I'm not sure what or where I'm headed? So, Catherine, I feel like a lot of times we're going to go in different directions, and we take learning and we take opportunity uh, in all of the different ways that we go out into the world. So there's like no one perfect way, but just stay really in tune with your heart and how you feel like you are being able to give in this arena where you're at now. Do you feel like you are being able to use your natural gifts, and or are you having to like pull from a different set that doesn't feel right to you, or feels awkward, or doesn't jive with you? And just keep making adjustments, and that will help you to be in a position to keep moving forward. Hey, Julie. Well, I tell you, I don't know if your family's around. I suspect that you do have some family around, but one thing that I did see was a kitty cat. So I don't know if that's with you or with your sister, or if there is someone in the family called Catherine, but that was what I saw whenever I hopped on. Oh, you're welcome, Claudia. Take care. All right. So, anyhow, I hope that you all have enjoyed the angels, the Q&A today, and the teachings on the dark web trapping systems. I feel like it's so important that all of us take some really strong steps to heal our wounds, to heal our disappointments, and deal with whatever negative emotions that we have with anybody or even with ourselves, and then take some measures to activate your natural gifts, your highest talents. Our psychism is not just to go read the tarot cards or give messages, but it's to help us know how we can uniquely touch the world with beauty. So I'm going to put the link in the description below for my summer psychic school, but I would love to have you be a part of it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And let me know if you have any questions. Take care, y'all. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.